The middle third glitch. You probably heard this over the years, as there's a slightly different way to do it every iteration of Madden. But this year we're going to be breaking down a concept in which you can make the center fielder in a cover three play a little too shallow. And once you get that leverage with the seam route over the top of his head, you're looking at one play scores. So subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, get out your pen and your notepads, and let's get after it. Now, the concept that we're going to be utilizing today is going to involve a bunch style offense. So you can be in the bunch tight end, which is what I'll be breaking this down out of, or you can even come out in like a bunch strong formation. The only rule that we're going to employ here is that we make sure our bunch is to the short side of the field. So pay attention to which hash mark you're on. You're going to flip this play so your bunch is on the short side. Now, for this to work at its best, you will need at least one slot apprentice, or your quarterback can be a hot route master to make this work. The rest are just regular hot routes. So you could choose any play you want. And this is going to apply to any cover three that you might come up against. So now when we're talking about a middle third glitch, we're talking about this cover three style defense, and we're talking about the safety that plays the dead middle of the field. It doesn't matter whether or not your safety is closing center field from the bunch side or closing center field from the weak side. This route combination will apply to any cover three zone that you face. Now, the route combo that we're going to be utilizing here involves the point man on the bunch, again, on the short side of the field, running a wheel route. The reason we're going to utilize this wheel route is because we're going to put a streak next to it, and we want to make sure that the outside third sideline zone on the right side of the field has to play a little bit off of the seam route to DJ Moore in this example, because Hester is also running a vertical attacking route down that sideline. With that DB dropping further towards the sideline, that's going to give us that alleyway to throw over the top that we're going to be breaking down. Now, to be able to make the center fielder in the cover three play a little too low, we're simply not going to attack him. And what I mean by that is we could go ahead and put slants on the field and just max protect this. We could put drags on the field. What you want to avoid is anything going vertical, like Olsen to the corner or a post route from Odunze. You want to try to lay off of this as much as possible, although we'll get into some other freestyle elements here momentarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a simple mesh combo underneath. You might even put the running back on a table route to give yourself a little bit more room to throw that shallow right to left drag to Odunze by using Perry to pull the sideline zone, the flat zone out there. So again, you're going to have a little bit more of a alleyway to throw this. Now let's go ahead and snap the ball, and I'm going to show you guys the throw that we're going to make to the B receiver. You see right here how he basically ends up being a one play touchdown over the top, and the center fielder does not get back fast enough to make this happen. Now, I will show this to you with the other safety on the left from this point of view in this middle third role, but I want you to watch number 27 here. Because we don't really have anything attacking him vertically with the exception of that seam route that is running down the numbers on the left side, he ends up getting to this landmark and he just squats. Now, at this point, all we need is just a little bit more time so we can freeform this inside. And as we mentioned, this outside third defender, he has to play a little bit closer towards the sideline because of the threat of the wheel, which we could also throw as a possession catch on the sideline, by the way, if you don't feel comfortable throwing this to DJ Moore. But either way, this player is kind of in between the two vertical threats on his side of the field, so he has to allow this throw to the inside, knowing that he's supposed to have help. In this case, we're able to rack this for a touchdown. For what it's worth, on my Bears theme team, DJ Moore is only 96 speed. In this Jalen Ramsey is actually 99 speed. So we're actually with a much slower receiver here. And I'll show you Devin Hester on this route here momentarily. In fact, I want to show you two different things that you guys can use to make this a little bit interesting. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you Keenan Allen. Now, for whatever reason, and I've done a short on this as well, there are certain receivers in the game, I notice it more with slot archetypes, that get the hop slot release. Basically, they will jump up and kind of like do like a little shoulder shimmy. And for most players, that actually is really, really annoying. But this can actually be beneficial against some cover three defenses because you can use this route to get into the seam a little bit later in the progression. So I'm going to set this up here. I'm going to use the couple drags, the table route, the streak in the wheel. And I want you to watch how Allen on this play compared to DJ Moore does a little bit of a hop. So pay attention to this here. Watch how Allen on the right side does this little hop in place compared to getting off the line smooth like DJ Moore did. This can sometimes work to your benefit as it allows the wheel route to get into the sideline a little bit faster. It gets out in front of that player, although sometimes this can cause bumping. Now, for what it's worth, if you use a stem down corner with this particular route combination against the cover three, you'll see that Hester really gets into that area and you can kind of throw this ball with similar effects. So you don't have to necessarily use a wheel route. The only thing I will say about the wheel route is that, as I've already mentioned, you can actually throw this as a sideline window throw, especially against hard flat style defenses, where Allen becomes the pull route, and then we're actually trying to throw this ball into this area. Now, the downside is that if Allen does the hop cut, because he does take a little bit longer to get into his route, he doesn't serve as a pull route nearly as effectively as it would work if we were to flip this route combo. So if I were to go ahead here and run something like this, where Hester gets a smooth release off the line, and then we have this wheel route coming in behind, look how much more room B has on this particular concept, provided that we had time to make this throw. So again, kind of understanding how these routes shape each other is very, very important. Pay attention to the types of release you get on this particular play. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put Keenan Allen on the point, and I'm going to put Devin Hester as the outside receiver. So we'll make this swap here, and you'll see how the dynamics of this route combo change slightly. So now Keenan Allen runs the wheel, Hester runs the streak, and we're just going to go ahead and run our mesh underneath. We snap the ball. See how Hester gets way out in front? Actually, right there, it caused guys to run into each other. So paying attention to the types of release that you get. Again, those slot archetypes sometimes do that little hop animation. Some players are going to hate it. Some players are really going to like it. It's just up to you at the end of the day. Again, the rules are very, very consistent. As long as you have a short side outside streak, the point man on the wheel, and you don't attack vertically, you'll be able to get this result against a cover three. You see right here, I can use whip routes. I can do whatever I want here. And you see how Hester is just roasting right by Jalen Ramsey. So this concept is really, really awesome. Just don't attack vertically. Now, again, every single example I've broken down so far in this video has been with the safety on the other side closing center field. So I want to make sure that we show you guys how this looks with the safety on the other side being the center fielder. But before I break that down, if you guys enjoyed this video, once again, make sure you guys give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and if you don't mind, drop a comment below. It helps push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys are feeding for a little bit more, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Opened in 2020, Gridiron Game Plans is the best place to get better at not only Madden, but also college football. With weekly updated vault content, all offensive and defensive game plans, members-only Discord access, and 1-hour lab sessions every single Wednesday evening at no additional cost. You unlock a single game for $9.95, both games for $14.95 a month. Make sure you guys hop in that Discord and say hello. Best community to get better at the game, that I assure you. Now, before we call it quits for the video, I want to show you a slight modification to how we're going to run this when the safety is on the bunch side closing center field. So when the safety is on the bunch side that's responsible for the middle third, I do make a modification to this. I actually go ahead and I put slants on the field. For whatever reason, slants will make that safety drift more towards that area in between the hash marks and stop, similar to the bombs that we were just running. When the safety is on the other side, you kind of have freedom to run whatever you want. We used a lot of drags, but I think that the double slants over the middle can be beneficial as well. Still a similar concept. You're meshing over the middle, but I want you to watch how this safety on the right drifts towards center field and then just stops. And again, that's going to allow you, all this room to make this throw, provided you can step up into the pocket. So you're dumbing out that middle third. And again, if the wheel route is not serving you well, again, you can always go to a stem down corner. This is another thing that you guys can do to make sure that, you get something into that sideline fast and Ramsey drops off the seam. And this will help you with being able to bomb the coverage. So you see right here how that drops him off, and then you can rip this throw inside much more effectively. And provided there isn't a deep KO saving them, you're looking at a touchdown or at least a 60-yard gain over the top. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a like. I'll see you guys right back here this afternoon with a short, or tomorrow with another long form video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.